Into Despair is a song about, I think it just kind of blankets a lot of the stuff that I get into on the EP in kind of a very like complete way. That's a big reason why the tagline of the song that I sat back and I let the devil in, that ended up being the EP's name. So it's a pretty aggressive song. Its color is red, and that's kind of just what I see whenever I think about it, and definitely when we were tracking it and when I was putting it together lyrically. Um, it kind of glosses over a lot of things that make me angry, and not in a very in-depth way. I kind of try to just move through small topics here and there just as kind of fuel moving the song forward. And at the end, it comes to that build up, the I fear this ringing in my head, and what all of that is all of these small things coming together to the moment where you really just lose it. The song itself is about kind of fits into that same topic of coming out of your shell and seeing old experiences in new ways with experience. A section, I think my favorite section of the song is the second verse, and then toward the end of the song is the punk beat section with the "I often think of the nights I stared into your eyes." So in the beginning, it's talking about basically being around somebody when they're in a place they're just at their lowest. And we've all been around friends where you've just seen them at their absolute worst, and you were there for them while they were just going through whatever it was they were going through. And then you flash forward a little bit, and sometimes you find yourself in that same position. You are the friend that's at your lowest. You are the person that is just at the bottom, and you have people helping you out. And I think that first verse is you being the person there for somebody, and then the last section of the song is you coming to understand the struggles that person went through, not necessarily their experience, but their emotions and their feelings and the things that were going through their mind at the time. And that's another one where I think it just comes right back to time being like a really important theme for the record and for my life. It's a song about being attached to people to a fault. So you have, everybody's been in a relationship, or they've been, whether it was a totally healthy, normal relationship and you're just going through an argument, or it was an abusive situation that you felt like you couldn't get out of. Everybody has felt like they put in a lot for somebody. And that's what Feel the Same is about. It's about all of the times you felt like you got pushed down, or someone had their thumb on you, or somebody took advantage of you, or you had a disagreement that just felt like that was it. That was the last disagreement. We are over. We can never talk to each other ever again. But still having that connection to somebody. And that's what the song is about, is just over time, no matter what happens with a friend or with a person or in a relationship, just having that connection be just as strong as it has always been. Yeah, the best way to put the rope is it's about having somebody in your life that you hold to a very high level of esteem, somebody that you want to be around for the long haul. But when you start to bring yourself out and you start to really be what you think is the best version of yourself, and when you really start to lay down where you see your life going and what you want to do and who you see yourself becoming, having that person shut off and just not want anything to do with you anymore. And it's about the emotions that go into it, because when you're in that moment, you feel like you are completely just fucked over, and that's what that song's about. Track 5, the last track of the EP, is a song called Forever Marked. And Forever Marked is a song about, it kind of, honestly, the closest song I could tie it to on the EP would be Into Despair, and the closest song I could tie it to on Place I Feel Safest would be I'm Not Waiting. It's kind of a combination of both songs lyrically in my mind, just conceptually. So I'm Not Waiting was a lot more, I guess, it had a more uplifting kind of tone to it, but Forever Marked is kind of the dark side of that song, and it's about just some of my personal values of the way that humans treat each other, how we treat the environment, how we treat ourselves and our bodies and our minds. I think that we're in a big cultural shift right now, and we're seeing a lot of really regressive, degenerative things coming from it. And so I really tried to dwell on just dwell on the negative in this song. And where in other tracks I have talked about how we're destroying the environment, but I think Forever Marked is a song about how we're destroying ourselves and how in turn all of this other toxicity is coming from it. And so the big theme of the song is that we're falling apart and things are ending, we're coming to a close. Maybe it's not the entire world. I don't think the world is going to light on fire and just become nothing. I just think that we're coming to a head of sorts culturally, where we're going to see just a large shift in opinion. We're going to see a large shift in the way that things are done. We're going to see a large shift in how people treat each other, and we're kind of just seeing it in front of us, and there's a lot of good to that, but there's also, we're seeing a lot of negativity in our world. I feel like we're in a more negative world than ever, and Forever Marked is kind of my take on it.